All we have is the story of Natalia and Andres, who met one day by accident on campus when Andres rushed by, running into Natalia, knocking her to the ground. He felt bad, helped her up, but she definitely wasn't pleased. Later that day, Andres notices Natalia waiting for the bus. Still feeling bad about what happened earlier, he offers her a ride, nothing more, nothing less. Natalia, still unhappy, sizes him up and quickly cuts him down to size. Andres gets the hint and backs off. But as he leaves, Natalia second guesses her judging a book by its cover and decides to give diplomacy a chance. During the car ride home, Natalia begins to understand that beneath Andres' tough exterior lies a timid sensibility, a young man simply trying to find his way in the world. And in turn, Andres quickly realizes that beneath an occasional smile, Natalia is a world all her own of science and a sense of wonder for the unknown, a young lady not to be taken lightly. In time, they became friends, and in an ever-shifting world around them, they gravitated to a calm that each discovered in the other. One day, Natalia introduced Andres to a person from her past, Paulo. At first, the two men seemed to hit it off, but soon enough, Paulo became increasingly passive-aggressive toward Andres, who couldn't figure out why. In time, Andres' feelings for Natalia turned into something more that he could no longer ignore. And on a cold day, he took a risk and told her exactly what he felt for her. Her reaction wasn't what he expected. Had he done something wrong? And deep down inside, does she feel for Andres what he feels for her? And who exactly is Paulo from Natalia's past? And what specific information does he know that has such a strong hold on her in the present?
And that was a concept trailer for the upcoming independent feature film, All We Have.
Being shot in its entirety here in Tucson, Arizona.
My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra.
And I am producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And we'd like to extend to you, ladies and gentlemen, an invitation to be a part of this independent film.
And you can do that in the form of a donation to our Indiegogo campaign and get some wonderful perks.
But it's not just about our needs here. More importantly, it's about being able to have you guys along for a very special journey of a very special type of story that we're going to be telling here in Tucson.
It's all Latino based, which is also great for our community. You know the style of filmmaking that we do. And if you don't, check out the description below for a link to our body of work. And remember, no donation is too big or too small. Every little penny helps.
Everyone, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for always supporting the filmmaking that we do right here in the Old Pueblo.
I'm producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And I'm writer-director Edgar Ibarra. See you at the movies later this year.
Yeah. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Filmspiration, inspiration for everyone through the lens of filmmakers. My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra, and I've got a special treat for you guys today. We've got
Alfonso Sagún Casados.
Right.
Hi, everybody.
So, everyone, that was, as you guys know, that's the concept trailer for All We Have, coming. I can't talk right now, and I had some. I had a drink here on the ground. That's the upcoming concept trailer for the upcoming feature film All We Have, which will be shot here in Tucson, Arizona, with an amazing cast and crew as well in front of as well as behind the cameras. So let's get down to business, everyone. So first order of business, I really want to say thank you, and from the very bottom of my heart, to everyone who's jumped in with a little donation or a big donation. Any size is always appreciated. Our latest and greatest executive producer, Mr. Solomon Carranza, thank you so much for jumping aboard, bro. You literally became part of a crew of people on the funding side who said, you know what, these people deserve to have a meal on set and maybe a little, not maybe, but compensation in their pockets. Along with Solomon, we have an anonymous donor. Thank you very much, anonymous donor. Albert, Leslie Ann Epperson, Sharon Alexander, Sal Valdenegro, Horacio Rodriguez, thank you very much. Bart Santello. Bart, looking forward to the expo coming up in Arivaca.
Oh, that's coming up pretty.
Yeah, already.
That's always
It's
so
already
nice.
that time of year. Eva Ibarra, my mom, another executive producer. Whitney Clark, thank you so much, Whitney, for jumping aboard. Maribel Ibarra, my wife, thank you so much, my love, for jumping aboard as another executive producer. AJ O'Neill, Alfonso Sagun, and Leida Herring. You guys, everyone, thank you so much because you guys literally jumped aboard and said, yeah, you know what? I think these guys and gals need to have a bite to eat on set and also compensation in their pockets, just like any other buddy would, like a plumber, a mechanic. When you ask a mechanic to do some work. Now, Alfonso, you're here on Filmspiration because you are going to be manning the second camera on All We Have, correct?
Right.
Okay, so it's going to be us two. Talk to us a little bit about the importance of good camera work and what the camera can do with regards to taking us right here in an actor space to really convey a lot.
Well, the camera work is really important. But even before that, what's more important is the screenplay and sound. Those two things, if you don't have those two things, the movie's going to really be flawed or hurt. But in terms, if you can get the screenplay down and get people to read it and give you honest feedback, everybody wants a cheerleader in their corner, but you need somebody to give you that honest feedback and tell you, no, this is flawed, this is not working, or this does work, and so on and so on. So get the script done first, and scripts are cheap because it's paper.
Yeah. That's where you can get a lot of mistakes out of the way.
Yeah, you can get a lot of mistakes out of the way.
And mostly for free.
Oh yeah, and what does it cost you?
Delete. That's
especially now, nobody's writing for the most part on paper.
Very true.
And the second thing is sound, and it's worth investing in good sound in a movie.
Yeah.
Always, that should be one of the top priorities. But once you got those two main things out of the way, you have your ducks in a row. The photography is really important, but the photography shouldn't distract the viewer. It shouldn't be when they're watching the movie and say, "Wow, this." Us who shoot stuff, we go to see movies and I'm impressed by the photography and everything, but I'm also drawn into the story.
Yeah.
But I can admire the photography. The photography shouldn't be so blatant where it's like it distracts you from the storyline. To say, "Wow, look at these beautiful images," and take you out of the storyline. It should complement. It should complement the story. So the photography is really important. Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't distract. Even though the imagery is very beautiful and you have depth of field and rack focuses or dolly shot, whatever it is, it shouldn't distract you from the storyline. It should complement it.
And I think one of the things that fascinates me as as a cameraman in the news world, as a director of photography in the film world, is how something as wide as a wide angle, like in Brokeback Mountain. Yes, I saw that. Yes, that was an awesome movie. What's the name of the DP?
Rodrigo Prieto from Mexico City.
Rodrigo Prieto. So the shots in the rolling hills and the pasture with the clouds, beautiful shots that they just show you the grandeur of the space all around you. But then again, also you can have shots that take you into the very intimate space where a lot can be communicated right here without words. Every emotion from remorse to anger to sadness, and it can all be right here without a single word. And so I think that's what fascinates me. Alfonso, that's one of the many concepts and aspects of photography that fascinates me, just with regards to cameras in general. Let's say hi to everyone. Alex Martinez, thank you for jumping aboard. Rachel, Mr. John Rose, how you doing, man? Let me see if I can scroll up, and apparently I can't. You guys, Natalie Rose Luna was on here.
Oh, yeah.
Natalie, what's going on? You guys, everyone who's jumped aboard, Stefan, Oropesa, thank you so much for jumping aboard. Now, we'll go back to photography. Ashley Coronel, how are you? We'll go back to photography, but about, not this past weekend, but the one before, we caught up while doing wardrobe in Phoenix with Karen Marroquin. She's the lead female actress. And Chris, you love listening to talk about this medium. Yeah, man. You got to talk about it, bro. That's how you get better. It's by talking, but then eventually by doing and implementing for sure. But yeah, man, get the dialogue going. Natalie, one of the best films, great emotions, mise en scène, Goodfellas. Yep, Goodfellas is.
Goodfellas is a classic.
Oh, and then the use of the light when Joe Pesci's stabbing the guy, I think, in the neck with the pen, and the way the light comes off the blood, it takes gore and it turns it into art, beautiful visual art, I guess. But
Now, if you watch that movie, you know the editing, for instance, it's really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the continuity's out the window.
yeah,
Continuity's way out the window, but it's Scorsese, so he can do that. But it works. It works for him because the content is so good that it doesn't. There's a famous scene where Morty's on the phone
hmm
and he's talking, and then the next cut he has the phone like this and he's talking to Ray Liotta. But people don't notice it because the content is so good.
yeah,
Because he's saying something about Robert De Niro, and he's saying, forget this guy, whatever, and you're worried. Oh man, shut up, shut up, shut up. He's gonna
Yeah.
hear you. You're not even worried. You're not even realizing that the phone is here, and then the next shot it's here, and then they cut again and it's here.
and
So that's the power of story.
yeah, because you know what, Robert Rodriguez kind of wrote about that in his book Rebel Without a Crew years ago. That look, every film, independent, small, micro budget, or big time, they have their flaws that we're all going to catch, we're all going to see, or at least we're all going to hear about and want to check out ourselves. There's going to be mistakes, but the thing is that if you put so much focus into those mistakes, that must really mean because the story is really sucking that much.
Right. He says
And-
something to like, if you're noticing that kind of stuff, then
I've
the
already
movie sucks,
failed, yeah.
and I already lost you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
very
script
true.
already lost you. So.
But that's okay. I mean, every no film's going to be perfect. They're going to have their mistakes, trust me.
Oh, even the greatest, like the big ones, like Star Wars, they all have their mistakes.
That's true. That's true. So going back to Karen, when we visited Karen weekend before last in the Phoenix area to cover wardrobe, and keep your eyes open for a video on there. We sat down with her, and I got to catch up with her just to get her thoughts and feelings on a few different topics. We asked her what her process is, and how she jumps into preparing for, in this case, All We Have, or just in general. So let's hear what Miss Karen Marroquin had to say about her preparation process. How do you prepare for something like this? Because I know, we're going to have like rehearsals, we're going to talk it through and this and that, but you yourself inside of here, how do you prepare for it? Maybe inside of here.
Well, ever since we had the table read, what I've been doing is that every night I get my script and then I just read over my lines just so that I can get more familiarized with them, and also just to understand the story a little bit more, because I feel like the first time when you read the story, you get the gist of things, but you don't really understand into like what depth the writer, in this case you, like what the depth you want it to be is, So I like to do that just every night, read through my lines, and I feel like it also helps with memorization as well. Repetition is key. So yeah, that's what I do.
All right. I opened the mic on time. What's going on, everyone? So let me see if I can turn this other one off. Okay. All right. So yeah, that was Miss Karen Marroquin talking about her process, her thoughts on preparation, what she does. But it also happens heavily behind the camera, right, Alfonso?
Yeah.
And so it happened the other night when we did a little audio test with Mr. Jaime Cordova, in conjunction with our cameras and our gear. So how did that go? And talk to us about the importance of preparation.
Well,
The technical prep.
it's people don't see people at home don't ever see the behind the scenes, or we don't ever really talk about it. But it's just that night. Just you figure, how long did that take us?
It's probably like 30
By the time
minutes.
we got to downtown, from the east side to downtown, parked, set up all the gear, did the test. We were there for the whole thing was probably like an hour and a half, and this was just so we can sync both our cameras together and make sure the sound levels are at the same. And that's an hour and a half, So preparation, yeah.
What happens if you let's talk about let's flip the tortilla, and let's talk about what happens when you show up on set. You never prepared, you never checked your levels, you never checked your gear, or maybe actors, you never really went over those lines again. So what happens when you show up for the big test and you never studied?
Oh well, you're gonna flunk. and it, and it happens to everybody, and you kind of have to, like it happened to me on my last movie shoot. I did a test with my audio. We tested everything. Everything was working. I decided to get one extra cable to plug in so I can plug in my headphones.
Very true.
And I didn't test it. And when I got to the set, it killed my sound.
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so we lost probably 30 minutes trying to figure it out. Luckily, there was only one actor on the set.
Yeah.
But it threw me 30 minutes behind schedule right off the bat. So it kind of snowballed for the rest of the day. We caught up and everything was fine.
Yeah.
But it's those little things that I should have prepared better before the shoot. So you can prepare, and once you get to the set, you still might have some problems, but the snowball might only be this big versus an avalanche.
That's true. And so versus figuring out the kinks on the set versus figuring out what you're going to do it beforehand, you guys. Preparation. And as you guys heard Miss Karen Marroquin talk about preparation with regards to the acting process, or her acting process. Now, let's say I know a lot of you are watching. Mr. Nathan O'Miller, welcome aboard. Alex Ramirez, welcome aboard. My cousin Ismael, Vegas, bro. Vegas is watching. Chuy Santian, California, bro. You guys all welcome aboard. So let's say you guys know somebody who's maybe an aspiring actor or actress. How do they get involved? Where do they even start? So I asked Karen Marroquin, just her 2 cents on that. Like, for the person who wants to jump in, where do they start? Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
There's probably other actors and actresses out there that say, how do I jump into the film world thing here in Southern Arizona, really anywhere people may be watching this? What's your advice to people with regards to just jumping in and doing it?
And I actually struggled very much with that because since I was like 3 or 4, I told my parents, like, I want to be an actress, I want to be on TV. Like, I would see someone in a commercial and I would be like, I want to be like them. And so what I personally started doing is just Googling like any plays that are coming up or anything. Like I said, you have to start really small, so you want to start doing something in the valley, and maybe once you have more experience you can get with an agency and stuff. But I feel like the biggest thing is just auditioning, and I know that many people, including myself, are terrified of auditioning because I don't want to make a fool out of myself. So sometimes I used to think like, oh, if I don't go, then like they won't think that I'm like a really horrible actress, or but I think that the worst thing that can happen is that they tell you no, and then you just keep on trying, and actually you will just be at the same place where you were before auditioning. So like I said, with this audition actually for the film All We Have, I didn't know that I was auditioning until 2 nights before, and so everything happens for a reason. But I just thought like, hey, what the heck, let's just go for it. I'm gonna try my best. And I got there, and I really loved the script just from the small script that you gave me, or part of the script. I loved it, and I knew that I wanted to be part of this film. And so like I said, just go out there, be yourself. Don't try to be someone else that you aren't, because it turns really bad from out there, because you don't want to go through life just being someone that you're not. So just be yourself, be authentic, and just go out there and have fun.
All right, that was Miss Karen Marroquin with regards to how to jump in. You guys, same thing with behind the scenes people, all you techies, directors, writers, do your thing, organize your people, organize your friends, hopefully with some money, and do your thing. Jump, or if you know somebody who maybe can use a little help on their set too, see how you can jump in. But that's how it usually happens, by you do it, you jump in. So Alfonso, what do you say we go back to the concept trailer for All We Have? And this is a concept trailer that I put together with Karen and Mr. Stefan to kind of give you guys a feel of what it is that we'll be putting together. Frankly, it's going to be with regards to me being a filmmaker, one of my biggest filmmaking endeavors, and so as such, people deserve to eat on set. Of course, people deserve to be compensated, just as any job. You go to work, you do a job, you get paid for it. Simple as that. And so part of that is, that's kind of where I guess I'm here to ask for your help. I'm here to ask, for anyone out there who'd like to step up and say, yeah, you know what? I want to be a part of that. I want to make sure that that movie comes to life, that that movie comes together, that movie is going to happen. We're going to make it happen regardless, wherever we may be with regards to the donations. But, you know, with you in our corner going up against Goliath, there'd be nothing better than to be able to, you know, be side by side with you guys in the form of a donation. Or on set also. Certain perks will get you on set. So, Alfonso, concept trailer?
But before that,
Yes.
any donation helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can
Very
be,
true.
It can, you know, $10 is gonna buy somebody a meal on the set or put, you know, gas in their tank.
Yeah.
So anything helps. Everything helps. And you know what? It's one of those things. If you can't donate money, you can always
Share.
you know, share the links. Share the Indiegogo. You know, if you know a couple filmmakers that, you know, you think, hey, I have some friends that maybe they would want to help these other filmmakers out. You know, share it with them. It's amazing what just by sharing our you know, the Facebook post can do.
And I've had people. I had one person who reached out to me privately say, at this point in time, I've got like $15, $10. You know, but they willingly, you know, said, I can do this. My response is, let's say it was $10. My response is, if you're willing to donate those $10 toward, you know, the effort of making this independent film come to life, you got to think of it like, this is the way I think about it. That's $10 that I didn't have before to feed and pay the actors.
Right. And
you know, that's $10 more that I didn't have before.
I just wrapped up the El Burrito Cowboy series in Douglas, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So we live in Tucson, Arizona. I had drove to Douglas every weekend. Well, somebody in my campaign said, all I can afford to give you is $20. And that $20 put gas in the car to get to Douglas and take all the gear and the costumes and everything.
It still helped.
That helped out big time.
Yeah.
That got this production moving actually more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
So that got all the cameras, the costumes, the lights, you know, sound equipment.
It still
all
helped.
to Douglas. $20. So everything helps.
Everything helps, and that's literally why they say, that's literally why we've been saying there literally is no donation too big or too small.
Okay. Or, you know, somebody owns like a restaurant and you want to, you know, come out for a day and bring some food, you know, that's amazing.
That's help.
That's a huge help.
That's help.
Huge help.
That's help, you guys. And all you actors, all my film people out there, you guys know, we like to eat. Because it gets tiring, the days are long, we're there because we want to be there. But energy goes down, you need to eat, even something like that is a lot of help. So, you guys, without further ado, concept trailer, all we have, and then we will come on back. Here we go.
All we have is the story of Natalia and Andres, who met one day by accident on campus when Andres rushed by, running into Natalia, knocking her to the ground. He felt bad, helped her up, but she definitely wasn't pleased. Later that day, Andres notices Natalia waiting for the bus. Still feeling bad about what happened earlier, he offers her a ride, nothing more, nothing less. Natalia, still unhappy, sizes him up and quickly cuts him down to size. Andres gets the hint and backs off. But as he leaves, Natalia second guesses her judging a book by its cover and decides to give diplomacy a chance. During the car ride home, Natalia begins to understand that beneath Andres' tough exterior lies a timid sensibility, a young man simply trying to find his way in the world. And in turn, Andres quickly realizes that beneath an occasional smile, Natalia is a world all her own of science and a sense of wonder for the unknown, a young lady not to be taken lightly. In time, they became friends, and in an ever-shifting world around them, they gravitated to a calm that each discovered in the other. One day, Natalia introduced Andres to a person from her past, Paulo. At first, the two men seemed to hit it off, but soon enough, Paulo became increasingly passive-aggressive toward Andres, who couldn't figure out why. In time, Andres' feelings for Natalia turned into something more that he could no longer ignore. And on a cold day, he took a risk and told her exactly what he felt for her. Her reaction wasn't what he expected. Had he done something wrong? And deep down inside, does she feel for Andres what he feels for her? And who exactly is Paulo from Natalia's past? And what specific information does he know that has such a strong hold on her in the present?
And that was a concept trailer for the upcoming independent feature film, All We Have.
Being shot in its entirety here in Tucson, Arizona.
My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra.
And I am producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And we'd like to extend to you, ladies and gentlemen, an invitation to be a part of this independent film.
And you can do that in the form of a donation to our INDIEGOGO campaign and get some wonderful perks.
But it's not just about our needs here. More importantly, it's about being able to have you guys along for a very special journey of a very special type of story that we're going to be telling here in Tucson.
It's all Latino based, which is also great for our community. You know the style of filmmaking that we do. And if you don't, check out the description below for a link to our body of work. And remember, no donation is too big or too small. Every little penny helps.
Everyone, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for always supporting the filmmaking that we do right here in the Old Pueblo.
I'm producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And I'm writer-director Edgar Ibarra. See you at the movies later this year.
All right, everyone. Woo! That was the concept trailer for All We Have.
That's a lot of work. Like, how much work went into that? Because people might say, oh, it's just pictures and edited.
Oh God.
You know.
Yeah.
But no. Well, how much actual work? You know, you woke up that morning,
Shooting.
threw all the gear in the car. Well, first of all, producing it, getting on the phone, emails,
Yeah.
and finding locations, and driving down there, shooting, and then coming home and editing, and you know that's.
I would say, well, you know, of course, there was the pre-production, the writing of the script, organizing Karen, Stefan, Beto, Ken, how you doing? Thank you for jumping aboard. Mario, what's going on? Vanessa Larios, thank you for jumping aboard.
But just to get to that point where you,
there was probably about 2 weeks just to get to the point of shooting, and then while we were shooting, that was about 6 or 7 hours, beginning at like 9. No, it's 5 or 6. Beginning at around 9 a.m. and we just got to work right away running around the downtown area, and then even more work in the editing room, which is right here, right behind us. So it was like what you and I do in our TV lives, working in TV news. You know, to make a piece come together, make it come together the right way and the way you really want it to come together. But you know, that's all a precursor for ultimately what's to come. And frankly,
it is. But the thing is, it's like there's a lot of work done behind
that's
the
very
scenes
true.
before you even get to the set.
Yeah.
So just like this people might see this trailer and not realize that that's, I don't know, 20 hours worth of work.
At least,
You know,
at
maybe
least.
maybe 24. So an actual day
Yeah, because I know.
broken up over 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Plus you have your full-time job, full-time life, full-time movie.
It was quite the endeavor, but I mean, you know, on the editing side, I got it done. But you know, you just tweak it because you realize, you know, this is going to be the thing that's going to really help people understand what you're trying to do. The thing that by the time they're done seeing, hopefully people out there will see, okay, like, oh, I understand now the type of story, the feel, more or less. And this is only the beginning, but you know, that's why it was important to me to, you know, put as much work into that as we all did. Karen, Stefan, Fausto, myself, and the editing, the pre-production, the running around shooting, because that's the feel. That's kind of like the pre-game show, so to speak. And if you don't pump up your people with the pre-game show correctly, well, you want to do it correctly, basically. Alfonso.
You're putting all this hard work into a trailer, so I can't imagine what you're going to do for a movie.
Yeah, and you know what? So last night...
That's the proof. You know, that's the proof of concept. You're willing to put that much time and energy into a trailer.
Yes.
You're going to put that into a movie.
And you know what? With regards to that, I personally, and I know you're very much like this, Alfonso, also, where frankly, I would rather not show something that I'm working on if it ended up not being to the best of my abilities, because if you're not going to put your best foot forward, and in my case, I would rather not show it. But if I'm going to show it, it's probably because I killed myself just to get it just right. And even then, it's not going to be super duper perfect. But you're right. That's the proof. That's the proof to myself and to the world that, you know, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we're going to get done. Last night we had the first rehearsal with Karen and Stefan here at the house, and frankly, I'm pumped to get to work. We're, I think, 12 or 11 days left on the campaign, and basically I'm pumped to get through the next 3 to 6 months of shooting, 3 months of bulk principal photography, but I'm excited. And it's in most cases where most people would say, like, oh my god, like, it's only starting. Like, I'm actually pumped to get to, after the warm-up, I'm pumped to start the game, you know, and this is the big game that we're going for. But what were you going to say, Alfonso?
I drew a blank.
All right, so tell you what, let's go back to one more tidbit that we asked Miss Karen Marroquin about with regards to what people can expect from the film, because she, as well as everyone else who graciously came out to the table read, got a feel for the story on the page in conjunction with the concept trailer. And so I just kind of wanted to ask her what people could expect on the screen as we work hard afterwards, after the campaign, to get to work to make it come to life. So without further ado, what to expect from Miss Karen Marroquin regarding our film, All We Have. What can people expect from this movie?
Like you just said, a roller coaster of emotions. I know at the table read, I couldn't help my tears from falling out, you know. I think that it's a really emotional story, and it's something that, even though some of us may have not gone through in our life, it's something we can all find something to relate to. And I found so many things that I could relate to in the movie, and I think that that's what makes the film so special, or the script actually so special, is because there's so many real things that can happen to anyone, you know. And so I'm just hoping that everyone enjoys this movie just like I enjoyed reading the script.
All right, so that was Miss Karen Marroquin with regards to what to expect. Now, I know it's kind of vague, but then again, as storytellers, we don't want to give away the secret sauce, because then there's kind of no point to telling a story.
Right.
And so, but I think the thing that I really liked, and I know you couldn't hear it, Alfonso, but Karen, very pumped. You can hear the energy, you can hear the excitement, because it's an exciting story. And as the guy who wrote the story, I'm excited to take people on quite the roller coaster, you know, obviously not literal or an action film type of movie, but I'm talking roller coaster right here. And just really take you on a journey to the best of our abilities as cast and crew in front of, as well as behind the camera. Let's go on over to and Alfonso, let's see, Mario Slava says, yeah, if he really likes the trailer, and if that's the trailer, he can't wait to see the final cut of the movie. Mr. A.J. O'Neill says, you've got to documentize this whole journey. Yes, AJ, so yeah, I got a person, a contact of mine. I asked her, and she's going to graciously come out. Excuse me.
Bless you.
She's going to graciously come out to the set, get behind the scenes stuff, because you know what? It's not just about the final product anymore. Oh my God!
It's about showing the story about making the movie.
The story behind the story.
You know?
Yeah. And so we're definitely gonna do that. Gia, hey, what's up? Thank you for jumping aboard. Miss Maribel Ibarra, thank you for jumping aboard. Mrs. Ibarra. Um, yeah. So I mean, what can you add with regards to, you know, are you excited, Alfonso, to jump in with regards to camera work and because you know what, I think this is probably the first project where we are going to team up together after so many years of knowing each other, where we're going to team up pretty extensively when we can on our common days off, to kind of basically collaborate on the photography, and I'm excited.
Yeah, because this is gonna be our first 2 camera shoot.
Yeah,
Right.
like our first kind of joint venture behind the camera.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of work. You know, we know what we're getting into
Yeah.
for the most part. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, you know, we're always on each other's sets, helping each other out,
Yeah.
but never shooting the same scenes.
Yeah.
You know, so that's gonna be fun.
I think that'll be cool because you know what, like I already, you know the way I work, I know the way you work, and you know on top of pretty identical careers outside of the film world, we're like we you know we know each other. I know your flow, I know that you know my flow and whatnot. So and I think that'll help out big on set because it's on set. Now let's talk about that for a moment. On set, the script is going to be kind of a roller coaster, as I said before. But that said, I still personally believe that it's important for it to be a fun and light set, you know, where everyone can have fun. Because here's the thing: when you're making a movie, in my opinion, I mean, you're already like on a rigid time schedule, and it's go 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 go.
Right, because as us as shooters and like the directors of the movie, the producers, when we wake up, well, I don't know about you, but when I'm shooting a movie, I have a feeling that the sun is moving like this.
Yeah.
When in actuality, it's like this, you know. So it's just added stress, you know, because
it's true.
You have to move everybody. Everybody, you got to move. We got to move. So it is stressful, no matter what size the movie production is, you know,
Yeah.
because at the size that we're working at, sometimes this actor over here needs to be gone in a couple hours.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this actor can't show up till that actor's gone because it's a schedules, right?
Yeah.
So you got to shoot scenes when there's 2 people on the same scene, but they're not even on the same set at the same time. So that kind of stuff gets really, really stressful,
Yeah.
you know? But, yeah, at the end of the day, you got to remember, you got to step back and realize we're making a movie, and we're fortunate enough to be able to make movies,
That's true.
okay?
That's very true.
But, you know, you still have to
And
work hard and be on the set and monitor that time and not let it get out of control.
so it's a total contradiction because it's hurry up and go, and at the same time, I don't want the set coming up to be heavy and people maybe not meshing or mixing well. Like this is basically your voluntary work film family for a good number of weeks, if not months to come. I want to get along and just have a good time with everyone when the camera's not rolling, when we can, but still stick to the schedule and still be extremely highly productive. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is just, getting to work, but still, it being a good time, something we can all remember and whatnot. So, Alfonso, what do you want to do with regards to the content here? We can, let's see how long, oh my God. So, tell you what, let's go ahead and roll Miss Karen Marroquin again, because she had some great stuff to share with regards to her preparation process, or also jumping in as an actor or an actress. But what do you guys do out there to prepare?
But
go ahead and leave us a comment and.
No, but I was gonna say, like, about jumping in, and let's say there's somebody out there that's watching that wants to make movies, go jump on somebody's production, come out to like productions like ours, come out and volunteer your time and learn, because that's how I learned. I learned from a buddy that started making movies, and I would just go to his sets and learn, and then that's how this all works, and that's how you can obviously go to film schools and everything, but it's a lot cheaper to go to people's sets and just watch the way they do it and then go off and do it yourself. And your first movies are probably not going to be great, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe your second one, your third one won't be great, but
But
eventually,
the important thing is that you're doing them.
right? You're creating, and then you'll see. Like if you watch my first movie, you'll see that in the beginning it's rough, and then you can see natural progression because it takes you so long to make the movie.
Yeah.
It's getting better and better and better and better. So that's the only way to learn. Go to work on other people's movies. Go make mistakes on other people's movies. You know, because especially if you're volunteering, nobody's going to turn you away for the most part.
Yeah. And just jump in, or if you guys have a concept or an idea, develop it. Write a script. Start off small with maybe a 5-10 minute short. Organize some friends. Write something around 2 or 3 characters, 1 or 2 locations. Make something happen. And
shoot it on your phones.
Yep. This is the oh look, this is kind of cool. It's kind of like Inception, where it's a Facebook Live and then a Facebook Live and then a Facebook Live. Let's see if it'll eventually have me pick up the phone in Inception. Sorry, big sidetrack, but I've always wanted to try this. Oh, look at that. Alternate reality. Okay.
That's wild.
That is weird. Hey, Christopher Nolan. Here's your next inspiration, brother. All right. So yeah. Let's talk about Miss Karen with regards to people preparing and her preparation process. So here we go.
How do you prepare for something like this? Because I know we're gonna have like rehearsals, we're gonna talk it through and this and that, but you yourself inside of here, how do you prepare for maybe inside of here?
Well, ever since we had the table read, what I've been doing is that every night I get my script and then I just read over my lines just so that I can get more familiarized with them and also just to understand the story a little bit more, because I feel like the first time when you read the story, you get the gist of things, but you don't really understand into like what depth the writer, in this case you, like what the depth you want it to be is, So I like to do that just every night, read through my lines, and I feel like it also helps with memorization as well. Repetition is key. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, wow. So I totally screwed that up because we went to the poster and then the concept trailer and whatnot. You guys, with regards to preparation, again, anything that you guys jump into, you got to prepare also, and that's all the behind the scenes stuff. You can jump in and do maybe some improvisation type of stuff. That's always fun too, and I think that's actually good exercise to feel comfortable in being in the moment, flowing with it, and making work. But with the narratives, short narratives, feature narratives, definitely preparation. So let's go ahead and talk about. Let me see. What did we discover? Jumping in or preparation? Oh, So okay, so. Let's talk about Karen's preparation. If we already covered the other one. That's what we get for chatting while Karen's on screen. Karen, thank you for taking over. All right, Karen's preparation.
How do you prepare for something like this? Because I know we're gonna have like rehearsals, we're gonna talk it through and this and that, but you yourself inside of here, how do you prepare for maybe inside of here?
Well, ever since we had the table read, what I've been doing is that every night I get my script and then I just read over my lines just so that I can get more familiarized with them and also just to understand the story a little bit more, because I feel like the first time when you read the story, you get the gist of things, but you don't really understand into like what depth the writer, in this case you, like what the depth you want it to be is, So I like to do that just every night, read through my lines, and I feel like it also helps with memorization as well. Repetition is key. So yeah, that's what I do.
Oh yeah, that's always awesome when I remember to open up the microphone, right? So that was Miss Karen. I really enjoyed talking to Karen because she's young, but she brings so much to the table with regards to the sophistication, her maturity level. And that's why when I started in the first 2 or 3 questions, I realized she's got so much more to say about so many more topics, which is why we kept on going more and more on so many other aspects of filmmaking and whatnot. But those will come later in later episodes. So the last one I want to go on is her thoughts and feelings on what to expect from the film. Again, very general because as storytellers, we don't want to give away the story. So we really, really want you to check out the story, and we're going to work really hard to make the story happen. So without further ado, Karen Marroquin's thoughts on what to expect of All We Have.
What can people expect from this movie?
Like you just said, a roller coaster of emotions. I know at the table read, I couldn't help my tears from falling out, you know. I think that it's a really emotional story, and it's something that, even though some of us may have not gone through in our life, it's something we can all find something to relate to. And I found so many things that I could relate to in the movie, and I think that that's what makes the film so special, or the script actually so special, is because there's so many real things that can happen to anyone, you know. And so I'm just hoping that everyone enjoys this movie just like I enjoyed reading the script.
All right, back to these two mugs. Alfonso, so let's go ahead and close out the show this evening, and with a big fat thank you to everyone who's jumped aboard so far. Even if you've shared it, yeah, we're talking about you, we're talking to you. Even a share is help.
Yeah, that goes a long, long ways. It really does.
And so for the monetary support, to make sure that the actors are paid and fed, our newest executive producer, Solomon Carranza, thank you so much for jumping aboard as executive producer, brother. We greatly appreciate it. That's a big help. That's going to be a very big help with regards to just, again, food and payment. Anonymous person, thank you. Albert, Leslie Ann Epperson, Sharon Alexander, Sal Valdenegro, Horacio Rodriguez, Bart Santello, my mom, Eva Carrillo Ibarra, also executive producer. Whitney Clark. Whitney, thank you so much for jumping aboard. Greatly appreciate it. Maribel Ibarra, another executive producer. Thank you so much for jumping aboard, my love. Totally unexpected, by the way. Yeah. AJ O'Neill. AJ, thank you so much, man. AJ has been with us for so long. Every time we jump aboard, and it's probably crazy hours in Florida where he's at, but AJ's there. AJ supports. He jumps aboard. He participates. AJ, we appreciate you, man. We really, really do. Right, Alfonso, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you and your contribution.
Yeah, of course, man.
One of the first people, along with Miss Leda Herring, fashion designer here in Tucson, Arizona, from Puerto Rico. You guys, everyone, thank you so, so much. Let me go to switch screen right here. Thank you so, so much, everyone, because you guys, through the donation of whatever your choice was in amounts, said, I'm going to get behind that. I want to make sure that comes to life in the form of making sure that people are basically fed and paid. My God.
Fed and
paid. Yes. Okay. It's probably time for a drink of water, but just to close out, everyone, thank you so much, because you guys are the ones who have stepped up. And Alfonso, what can you add to, with regards to, you stepped up personally, and so many other people did for your project, El Burrito Cowboy. It feels good, and it's for myself personally, it's amazing to know that we're going to take on Goliath, and there are people in your corner.
Yeah, and it's just, the donations are not just for the movie, it's for all of you guys also to come along on the ride. Even if you don't donate, you can still come along for the ride.
Yeah.
But you have you're part of the movie. Without your donation and your help, this movie wouldn't have, it would have gotten done.
Yeah.
But it would have been a lot more difficult.
Yes.
Like you would start it and you would finish it.
Yeah.
With the money or without, but this helps out tremendously. Or you're able to make a bigger movie. You're able to step up your game instead of we can't afford to have this many actors, for instance, sets. We got to trim the script and so on and so on. So every donation goes a long, long ways.
Very true. And you guys, there's a donation for every level. Whatever you guys want to give, always appreciated. Go on over to the link in the body of the description. It'll be there also once I make this into a regular post. Check out what there is. See what works for you. And again, no donation is too small or too big. It's all appreciated, and it all helps. But more importantly than that, I want you to be able to say, excuse me, I want you to be able to say, I had a hand in making that happen. I played a role in making sure that that came to life. And ownership, right there. That's how you can jump in on the ownership side. Alfonso, so
Just what are some of the people saying?
oh, okay.
I saw Natalie's thing.
Aquí
She said,
estamos.
Natalie
AJ.
likes the hat. Thank you, Natalie. And
That's very Alfonso, isn't it, Natalie? AJ, aquí estamos, bro. Thank you
And
so
then-
much, man. Even at all the crazy hours, Arizona, and I mean, you're always there, bro. Like literally. Thank you so much, man. I
And then-
appreciate it.
Mario, are you? Yeah, Mario, I'll definitely watch that short. You just gotta send it to me, or do you have that short?
It's pretty creative.
Yeah.
Because like it's all one shot in a bathroom, but I mean, it's like two characters and it's insane. So it's kind of creative and interesting to watch because you want to know where it's going to go. So
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, Mario, for sure.
yeah, do send it. Definitely send it our way. Everyone, thank you so much for jumping aboard. We're going to leave you guys with the concept trailer of All We Have. And frankly, as the campaign closes out, we're going to be entering the last third of the campaign. I'm kind of excited to get to that point because I'm excited to get to work and to, as AJ said, to take us all on that journey through the documenting either live or recorded sessions or whatnot. But I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to start, and it's going to be a colossal amount of work. But you know what? Only a filmmaking masochist is going to actually be excited about that much pain coming their way.
Oh, you got a lot of pain coming your way.
I mean, you gotta love it. There's got to be something about it that we love, right, film people? All right, you guys, thank you very much. This has been a Filmstoration. This has been,
Alfonso Sagún Casados.
and I'm writer director Edgar Ibarra. The Filmstoration part, you guys, do your thing, whatever it is, whatever your projects, your passions, your dreams. Just run out and do it, man. Seriously, what you have tomorrow, it's not guaranteed. Yesterday's gone. Do your thing now. Do your thing today. Google it, YouTube it, figure it out, do it, and share it. I want to see it too. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. All right, bye everybody.
Okay. Now I will hit the button.
Bye.
Bye.
All we have is the story of Natalia and Andres, who met one day by accident on campus when Andres rushed by, running into Natalia, knocking her to the ground. He felt bad, helped her up, but she definitely wasn't pleased.
Once again.
Later that day, Andres notices Natalia waiting for the bus. Still feeling bad about what happened earlier, he offers her a ride, nothing more, nothing less. Natalia, still unhappy, sizes him up and quickly cuts him down to size. Andres gets the hint and backs off. But as he leaves, Natalia second guesses her judging a book by its cover, decides to give diplomacy a chance. During the car ride home, Natalia begins to understand that beneath Andres' tough exterior lies a timid sensibility. A young man simply trying to find his way in the world. And in turn, Andres quickly realizes that beneath an occasional smile, Natalia is a world all her own of science and a sense of wonder for the unknown. A young lady not to be taken lightly.
And that second cycle that we went through,
In
we
time,
rushed through
they
that.
became friends,
So we didn't even really
and
stretch
in
out
an
that
ever-shifting world around them, they gravitated to a calm that each discovered in the other. One day, Natalia introduced Andres to a person from her past, Paulo. At first, the two men seemed to hit it off, but soon enough, Paulo became increasingly passive-aggressive toward Andres, who couldn't figure out why. In time, Andres' feelings for Natalia turned into something more that he could no longer ignore. And on a cold day, he took a risk and told her exactly what he felt for her. Her reaction wasn't what he expected. Had he done something wrong? And deep down inside, does she feel for Andres what he feels for her? And who exactly is Paulo from Natalia's past? And what specific information does he know that has such a strong hold on her in the present?
And that was a concept trailer for the upcoming independent feature film, All We Have.
Being shot in its entirety here in Tucson, Arizona.
My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra.
And I am producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And we'd like to extend to you, ladies and gentlemen, an invitation to be a part of this independent film.
And you can do that in the form of a donation to our Indiegogo campaign and get some wonderful perks.
But it's not just about our needs here. More importantly, it's about being able to have you guys along for a very special journey of a very special type of story that we're going to be telling here in Tucson.
It's all Latino based, which is also great for our community. You know the style of filmmaking that we do. And if you don't, check out the description below for a link to our body of work. And remember, no donation is too big or too small. Every little penny helps.
Everyone, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for always supporting the filmmaking that we do right here in the Old Pueblo.
I'm producer Fausto Olmos Renteria.
And I'm writer-director Edgar Ibarra. See you at the movies later this year.